Welcome back. Service Dogs for America continues the rich tradition of encouraging and empowering those with special needs through custom-trained service dogs.
With us today, we have some special guests with the Service Dogs for America, and we have one of the dogs with us as well. Thank you guys for coming in today. I appreciate it. First, why don't we talk a little bit about your story and who you have with us today?
Well, my name is Jeremiah, and I guess Ida and myself, our journey started back in 2014. You know, as a veteran, went through the VA looking for outlets or whatever to see what happens. My brother actually gave me the idea of, why don't you look into getting a service dog? And at first, you know, I thought that the idea of service dogs wasn't really for PTSD, really wasn't something we thought about. Why you get a dog for a day, then you get attached, and then you have to give it back. I just wasn't fond of that, but no, I was wrong. And went to VA. They gave me some websites and got me onto Service Dogs for America. And honestly, it's one of the best kept secrets that shouldn't be a secret.
So first off, thank you for your service, and we can tell that you've really got a bond with this dog. And so talk about how her name's Ida, right?
Yes.
How she's impacted you and helped you with your, I don't know if you call it transition back into society, or how would you label it?
Well, honestly, you know, helped me get back to being comfortable in public is one thing. But you know, I thought about all these questions and everything too coming over here. And I think one of the biggest things that she did, and I never realized how big of an impact was, is she gave my daughters their father back. You know, somebody who is a fun-loving guy, you know, that loves talk and loves laughing. For a while there, before I was placed with Ida, thank you, off. For a while there, like, the world was awfully dark. You know, you come home, nothing ever changes. Lights are off in the house. There's no, why turn them on? Nothing ever changed or anything like that. So Ida takes me out of those moments, gives me a reason to turn lights on, you know? As dumb as that sounds.
No. It doesn't sound dumb at all.
But Ida.
Can I get you? Or?
Well, so this story is exactly why you do what you do. Can you talk a little bit about your organization?
Sure. So Service Dogs for America was founded in 1989 by an amazing person and group of people. And now that Sergeant Jeremiah is not talking anymore, I'm just going to relax just a little bit.
Right.
So we train service dogs for individuals with disabilities. We train dogs for PTSD, mobility assist, seizure response, and diabetes alert. We are accredited by Assistance Dogs International, which is the accrediting body for all service organizations around the world. So if you think in the medical service field what Joint Commission is to medical, ADI is to the service dog industry. So we've been doing this for quite a long time, and we are the only ADI accredited program, that's fully accredited, that is placing service dogs for civilians as well as military. So we don't limit that scope to just military, although as a veteran myself, it's close to home.
So what are some other people or opportunities that you've seen with people that are like, hey, let's try a service dog, and all of a sudden you see this miraculous healing take place?
So I have 10 years of mental health counseling experience on top of it, and so a service dog is never a replacement for a multidisciplinary plan for anyone's mental health or physical ailments. It's an additional piece of the puzzle to bring everything together. So when we look at whether or not a service dog would be beneficial for someone, we look at medical need. Do they have a disability as defined by the Americans with Disabilities Act? And can a dog perform enough tasks to mitigate their injuries and their medical situation? So we look at someone who's engaged in a multidisciplinary health protocol to make sure that they're doing everything they can for their own wellness before we can put a dog in that situation, because the dog is an additional piece, like I said, and not a replacement for something that they're already doing.
And I know we have some puppy pictures because you have a puppy that is in training. Can you tell us a little bit?
So we have dogs in inventory anywhere from currently 6 months old all the way up to 3 years. This is Danny, Dublin, and Billy. These are our new recruits. These 3 puppies will be moving forward with us through these segments of the next several months, and we're going to show you how service dog training progresses. So we start at a very young age. These puppies came to us through an amazing gift from an organization called Project to Heal out of North Carolina, and they are what's called a purpose-bred canine. So they are bred with their genealogy in mind to be able to perform tasks and have the appropriate temperament and health for service dog work, which is critical. The dogs have to have so we constantly temperament test the dogs, even through training, to make sure that they want the job. But health is critical. We have to guarantee the working health of a dog.
I love it. And this partnership's just getting started too. We're going to kind of show the puppies as they grow up and they get trained, and it was amazing to see how when you started talking and you were a little nervous, that she was there for you completely. That's just one part of this great program. It's so great to meet you guys and visit with you. We'll put up some information on our hot button as well, as people would like to find out more information.
She's doing what I want to do, take a nap.
She's very chill, very
it's
relaxed.
It's really important to notice with a service dog that they should be no more visible than the eyeglasses you and I would wear on a regular basis. So if anyone were watching, they wouldn't necessarily see that Ida is here and Ida is working unless her human needed a particular intervention, which you guys saw earlier. So a service dog should never be any more visible than eyeglasses.
Thank you
guys.
We'll be right back.